Hello to the wonderful Dynamics 365 Power Platform community, entering volume 4 of my YouTube series Power of Sales Assistant. Today we are going to talk about Sales Assistant Power Demos, right? This is volume 4. I'm your host and the learner alongside you, Dipesh Somani. I'm a business applications MVP, MCT. I'm author to some Dynamics 365 books on my journey, and I'm co-founder here at Dynamisty. In case you want to learn alongside me, there are a variety of mediums through which you can learn alongside and get connected. You can follow my YouTube channel Power of D365 and learn alongside 581 more team Power of D365. You can listen to the season 1 of my podcast Power Advice. You can follow my blog dynamicsofdynamicsm.com. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can follow my tech tweets on Twitter as well. Let's get going now. Alright, so behind me you can see that I'm on a dashboard of Dynamics 365. In this particular instance, we have pre-configured Sales Assistant and it is enabled for few of the key scenarios. You can see the notifications appearing in the dashboard area over here. So if I look at my particular set of reminders that I'm getting here, so there has been no activity with this particular lead, Ewan McKay. And if I connect on this, and that's going to open up the details area. I can then open it up, so I can click on open lead and then it be navigated directly into the record. What's possible more as an end user, this is the lead record opened up over for me. What's more possible, I can say that no, I want to see more of my notifications. Where are they? I can click on show more and that will give me expanded view of my reminders that are there. On some of them I have the ability to create what I call as the snooze, or what is actually a snooze. If I click on snooze, this is snooze for 1 hour and you have the ability to undo it also. So there is an undo setting also that is available. So there are many in this particular demo instance which have been configured with there has been no activity with these leads, and that should require follow-up and should help my sales. And that's why it's a great example again of Sales Assistant. And then there are some to do with email reminders. This ones we are not yet gonna look at as of today, but I'm going to cover it up in a separate volume for email engagement. That time we're going to cover this particular types as well. And then there are some others where there has been no activity with the particular case. So if you're a customer service based organization, those kinds of reminders can be of good use to you. And you can always go and say you can make some of your own as well. So let's say there's a due task and stuff like that. So next thing is we are going to look at what other places we can have this particular thing appearing, right? So one is this on your dashboard, right, where you start your day. Any time in the day you can open up your assistant by clicking this little bulb thing, and that will also open up this reminders, and it is an expanded view. The good productivity tip I want to give based on the interactions I have with customers and different Microsoft partners and Microsoft themselves is that you should not end up creating too many reminders. This is not meant to be a list where you are just going and entering as many notifications as you want. Then it is not going to help you with your productivity. Try to keep a relevant number. What I recommend normally, if I just scroll back on this one and go back, at a time I can see 5, right? So 5 to 10 reminders at a given time for a power user is great. If I'm getting more, then it is really bad. Another thing you should train your particular users is about once it is done, you should close it. That's something which you should train them to do. So on this particular screen, you're not able to yet look at that, but let me just move it a bit ahead, and then, okay, here it goes. So once you click on a particular one, then you have the complete ability to also do this thing, which you can see now in the screen. And that ability is the ability to actually close it. It is dismissed. Reminders are supposed to be dismissed as well. If you do not dismiss your reminders, you're going to have an endless list of the reminders, just like I have in this demo instance, like 19, which is a lot, right? Let's talk about the other place you can see your reminders, right? Relevant reminders to a different account record. So you can have assistant appearing at your record level as well. So on this particular account, which is for Adventure, you can clearly see that there is an opportunity close date that has just been passed, and there is somebody who's interested in my new product, and I'm getting this relevant 360-degree reminder on the account level. Recommendation, try to keep them around account and contact level if you're using that, because those are your customer records and it makes sense for different users which are power users. For example, your sales manager, director, or let's say you have an account manager, right? To have a sense of here is the place where you can go come and check what's going on. It might be a customer service related thing. It might be a thing to do with the opportunity in the skill. What's good, as soon as I get that, I can click and open my opportunity, directly get in there, right? And be productive, try to get something done or closed around this particular deal for my customers. So now we are going to talk about where this was turned on and off and what are the different configuration options available for different cards. The notifications that we are seeing are nothing but Insight card. So now I am on this Sales Insights configuration screen, and you can see that there is a screen and I have selected Insight cards. That's where I can manage my different Insight cards. What abilities I have got to do with them? Basically, I can edit a card and I can say turn off. So let's say I wanted to turn off this card, I can turn it off. I can turn a particular card on. So if I turn something off, I can turn it on. Same way, if I go to edit, that gives me a clear preview of the card. So I can do certain things around it. I can see the card details, and I can also see the description, and the great thing that is there are statistics about how this card has been useful or not for your organization. So if this card has been useful, 19% opened the entity and 81% of the user didn't take an action against this particular card. So over a period of time, I can evaluate this, and then I can use the more relevant cards that are useful to my organizational needs. In the settings area, there is a great feature given. I can enable this cards for a security roles. Again, a recommendation that I'm saying that you should utilize for your customers if you're using Sales Insights as an organization as well. Why? Because you do not want to clutter the reminder screen, as you saw previously in this demonstration, in the dashboard area on your entity forms or even on the panel that opens up from the side. You don't want to clutter up the interface with too many reminders, and security roles are a great way of controlling who sees what kind of reminders as well in your organization. So these are few things that you should look at. Now let's look at some of the different Insight card types. There is a wide variety of cards available to be utilized, but some of them which are very interesting are one I'm going to highlight: upcoming flight. Let's say you have an upcoming flight and the email is getting synchronized. This is the kind of reminder that can be generated from my Exchange inbox. Now, again, I'm not getting into the email engagement capabilities, but just wanted to highlight some kinds of cards types that are available. Today's top records, missed a close date, no activity with the contact, no activity with the lead, opportunities at risk. So there are key different kinds of Insight cards that are available for you to utilize, and you have a lot of them which I have done, and this our phone call is due today. Some of them are custom, which we are going to cover in my next volume, how to go ahead and create your own kind of scenario in Insight cards. That is something we are going to cover in volume 5 of this particular series. The setting that I wanted to come down to is the undo setting. So this was something which come up to me as a query as well in one of the interactions. How do I change the snooze, right? So you can control it right at the end. You have this particular feature where you can say when the undo, for how long it is going to appear, right? So you can control it here. It's defaulted to 4 seconds. I hope this demonstration and volume was useful for your learning, and you would utilize Sales Insights in your organization or for your customers now. Before I end this particular demonstration and video, if you wanted to connect with me, again, you have all these mediums, Power 365 as usual, guys. Any of the Dynamics 365 needs, feel free to reach out. Stay safe, keep learning, and keep going, guys.